Hello and welcome back. In today's head-to-head figure battle, we have two Princess of Power figures from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse series. It's He-Man's sister She-Ra going up against Hordak, leader of the evil horde. I had both of these figures on pre-order and I had canceled the pre-order due to cost. I'm trying to save money on this hobby and everything is getting so expensive these days. But then Target had both of these on sale for $12 off each figure. So I grabbed them for the sale price, and unfortunately Target shipped them in a box with no protection, no bubble wrap, and FedEx did what FedEx does, and both of these boxes arrived with some damage on them. It seems that's the mark of good customer service these days, when somebody drop kicks your package on its way to you. We get a beautiful illustration on the back of She-Ra's box featuring She-Ra on her winged horse. I believe his name is Swiftwind. I'm not a She-Ra expert, but I'm pretty sure it's Swiftwind. So maybe we'll be getting a Swiftwind in the Masterverse line. They already did a Battle Cat for He-Man, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. And on the back of the Hordak box, again, a very nice illustration with Hordak sitting on his throne in the Fright Zone. You can see in the background a couple of his lieutenants, Leech and Mantenna. She-Ra, Princess of Power, made her animated debut in the film He-Man and She-Ra, The Secret of the Sword in 1985. The Secret of the Sword was a re-edited version of the first 5 episodes of the She-Ra animated series. It was released to theaters before the animated series debuted on television. She-Ra is secretly Princess Adora of Eternia, the twin sister of Prince Adam, daughter of King Randor and Queen Marlena. When she was a baby, the evil Hordak kidnapped her and brought her to the world of Etheria, where he indoctrinated her into his evil horde. After meeting her long-lost twin brother, she broke free of Hordak's control and became the champion of Etheria. This Masterverse figure is done in a 6-inch scale, which closely resembles her animated appearance as seen in the Filmation cartoon. A figure more accurate to her original toy look was previously released in the MOTU Origins line. She has all the usual bits of modern articulation: head, shoulders, bicep swivel, double jointed knees and elbows. And on this figure, several of the double joints were frozen, so be aware of that. If you pick up one of these Masterverse figures, you may have to apply the heat gun treatment. She has an ab crunch. She does have a waist swivel under her skirt, and ankle and wrist articulation. She comes with 2 alternate hands, a fist for her right arm and a grasping hand for the left. For accessories, she has her shield and the Sword of Protection. She raises the sword aloft and says the magic words, "By the honor of Grayskull," which transform Adora into She-Ra. She also has an alternate head with a different headdress that looks more like a battle mask. And she has a much longer cape that is attached to some shoulder armor. The sword fits nicely in her hand, and the shield can slip over her arm and rest on the other open hand. And I do prefer the alternate head and longer cape for this figure. Sort of makes her look like an Asgardian warrior, something you'd see in a Jack Kirby Thor comic. Hordak, the ruler of the evil horde of Etheria. Hordak reports only to Horde Prime, the supreme ruler of the evil horde. Hordak was once Skeletor's mentor on Eternia, but Skeletor betrayed and banished him. Never turn your back on a guy with a skull for a head, Hordak. Hordak is part demon and part cyborg, so he comes with an alternate right arm that shows his cyborg ability, as well as 2 alternate hands, a grasping hand for his left arm, and a trigger finger for his right. He has a shield with his emblem on it, the familiar Evil Horde bat symbol, the Evil Horde's weapon of choice, which is an energy crossbow. This is a different design than the crossbows that came with the original as well as the Origins MOTU figures. In place of that snapping effect, there is a translucent string and energy blast attached to the crossbow. He also has a blast effect for his cyborg arm. Hordak has pretty much all the same articulation that we saw on She-Ra. One difference being that he has an upper thigh cut. And there is no ab crunch because he wears his solid piece of armor. I'm not sure if there's an ab crunch on the figure itself, because this armor is a real pain to get on and off. When I first received the figure, this little clip on the side of the armor was detached, and it took me about 20 minutes to get that back in there as well as I could, between heat and a pair of tweezers. So I don't recommend trying to take this armor off because you're going to regret when you're trying to get it back on. You can pop his head off to remove the cape if you like. One other thing to note is that this left arm pops off very easily. I'm not sure why this pops off because he does not have a replacement left arm, only a replacement right arm. And as with She-Ra, some of the double jointed knees and elbows are a bit frozen, so you'd have to use some heat to loosen those up. I do really like the head sculpt on Hordak, and they went with sort of a pearly white. In other Hordak figures, we've seen him with sort of a cream-colored head. I prefer the white, and they did use a nice pearly white on this version. Here he is with the cyborg arm. There's no articulation in these fingers, but the cyborg arm also does have a double joint in the elbow. And the hand pops off so you can add that blast effect. They gave him a trigger finger hand, presumably for the crossbow, but there's actually no trigger on the crossbow. For some reason, they didn't give him an open hand to slip through the strap of the shield, like they did for She-Ra. So to get this to work, I had to take the closed grip hand, put that on the shield strap first, then slip the arm through the more open strap, and attach it to the hand. So now he has his shield. These are both really nice figures, and I'm happy that I got them both on sale for almost half off. Nice figures and nice for the budget. But it is a figure battle, so I'm going to have to pick a winner. As I've stated in the past, I do prefer monster characters over human characters. So even though I like to think I'm on the side of good, in this battle I have to choose... Well, it looks like we have an upset. Apparently the God of Thunder also noticed She-Ra's similarity to an Asgardian goddess and has stepped in to assist. So with a little help from her friend from the multiverse, She-Ra has won the day. At this point, I usually ask if you guys agree with the outcome, but hey, if you want to argue with the God of Thunder, go right ahead. That's it for this figure battle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.